additional 2,000 from sister security agencies in the state. So they are going around in company of other security chiefs, officers in the state, monitoring the election. So that is just the situation for now. Well, I think, but I can tell you that from what I've seen so far, there's no way that they can even finish the accreditation before 3 p.m. because of the large number of voters on queue now.
Well, Chimeze, I would like to thank you so very much. A bit of statistics for you on Kaduna State. Well, the number of voters, about 3.4 million, with a number of cards, 3.1, accounting for 93.17%. And well, that is the state of Nigeria's incumbent Vice President, Namadi Sambo, while speaking with our correspondent there, Chimeze, live.
It's interesting. Kaduna has the third largest PVC collected across the country, and it's very important. That part of the country is very important. Kano has the largest PVC collected. Invariably, if you have the PVC, the number of PVC collected in a state determines the number of available voter in that particular state. So, in that order, it's Kano, Lagos, Kaduna, Katsina, and River State. And so Kaduna, looking at the kind of pressure Kaduna will be under right now, from what Chimeze is telling us, accreditation, just like some of the things that we have experienced in Lagos.
What would you have expected that INEC does, considering that these areas have got the largest voters that we're expecting? Should INEC have put in more, resources into those areas?
Yes, of course. What I would have expected is more resources, more officials to have been deployed in these areas, because if you use 2,000 officials, for example, in 2011, just almost double it or do more, like half more, so that you can break it down and have more people, because some of these areas have more voter per polling unit than expected or than allocated in the law, by law. So there's a starting number of voter per polling unit that is obtainable by law, but some of these states have more. So in that sense, if you're allocating 5-6 hours for accreditation, this kind of states will...
It only makes sense to extend it.
Exactly. And interesting thing again, sorry, Sulai, is the fact that prior to this time, remember what happened in 2011, the fact that we are having good news from Kaduna, no issue, no news of skirmish in Kaduna is a very big one. It's a good one for us, because remember that almost 1,000 people were killed in the post-2011 election.
And I think talking about what Umar Aliyu did say yesterday about being preemptive, recall that the police yesterday declared no movement from 6 o'clock in that particular state so that they can curtail any kind of untoward act. But again, I want to go back to that exciting news. Never before has this occurred anywhere in the country. Unprecedented number of people simultaneously, that is the key word, simultaneously watching this particular show live online on our online platform.
Over 10,000.
Over 10,000. And just getting from the information from our team there is showing that the numbers are increasing. Pretty soon it will hit 11, and on it's going. The simultaneous means with which you can watch this, and the joy of having to hit on m.channelstv.com. By the way, I sent that same message to someone, and basically she thought it was a mistake. She had to put the 3 W's, the www dot, and she didn't get it. I said, no, it's a shortcut that takes you there. m.channelstv.com, hit it on your device, and you'll be watching in real time, real picture. And of course, we have a promise. Yes, Blessing, Blessing was with me yesterday from Borno State. And of course, Borno State is one of the states that we have been looking at here. And it has a number of 1.9 million voters, and of course 1.4 cards collected already, with a percentage of 72.79. Blessing, how are you doing at this moment? What is happening in Maiduguri?
Thank you, Suleiman. In Maiduguri, voters are out in their numbers. They are very excited, and they've been here since 7 o'clock. They even came out before the INEC officials. The INEC officials were here around 8 o'clock, and the accreditation commenced. And right now, voting has just started, and everything is going on well. I've been to a number of polling stations around the state capital, and everyone is just conducting themselves peacefully because, because of the fragile peace in the state. No one wants to jeopardize it. Everyone is just going on with their businesses according to what the law says.
Blessing, update us. We know that Goza has been recaptured by the Nigerian military forces. Has this in any way changed the dynamics that we're looking at today? People going out to vote and going through the process?
Well, there's a camp. I'm just from the camp where IDPs from Goza are residing, which is the government college there in Maiduguri. They are also participating in the elections there right now. They are excited about the news of the recapture of their town. They are casting their votes here in the camp, that's the government college here in Maiduguri.
All right. Interesting Blessing now because Maiduguri, Borno State is one of those states that a lot of Nigerians had concern whether or not elections are going to take place. But now, what you told us earlier is that elections are actually taking place in Borno. But tell us, what is the military presence like? What is security presence like? We have a lot in some other states where insurgency is not prevailing. But what is it like there? Can you give us a feeling of what we are experiencing in Borno?
Well, everybody is feeling safe because, you can see people on the streets. They are just going about, people that live very far away from their polling units. So, you can see them on the streets trekking to where they are supposed to cast their vote. The military are not anywhere near the polling station, but you find them on the streets, in some of their checkpoints and all that. They're giving a backup for the police. In the polling stations, you will find policemen and other paramilitary, and then the policemen are not carrying any arms, and all that. But you don't find any military around the polling stations.
What about Bama? What can you tell us about Bama over there?
About.
Did you get that, Blessing?
No, she didn't.
No, I didn't. What do you think?
Gimbe was actually asking your impression of Bama in the...
Okay, we have displaced persons from Bama, but they've just been evacuated last week, and a lot of them have not been able to collect their PVCs. The resident electoral commissioner was telling us yesterday that about 18,000 PVCs, which belong to most of the local governments that are still under insurgent attacks, they are yet to get their PVC. So Bama is one of them, and I think a lot of them will not be able to participate in this election, even from their camp, because they are yet to get their PVC.
Well, Blessing, we'd like to thank you. We'd like to thank you. We'll get back to you there. Speaking from Nigeria's northeast, specifically Borno State, Chimeze did say he's having a good ride in the convoy of the Commissioner of Police, going around getting information, but not too good a story we're getting from our correspondent in Cross River State, who's been turned down or not given access to some of these places where voting should take place.
Here at the Cultural Center Complex. In some units, accreditation has started, though manually. At these units behind me, accreditation has not started, and even though it's few minutes to 10 a.m., they attributed the delay to the issues of card readers. And in other units we visited, we found that the INEC officials there, or the ad hoc staff there, greeted us with some form of resistance.
I don't want that here. What's your problem? Please leave my center. Security. You can't ask us to leave your center. You're doing your job. We don't want that yet. We have not even started working. Please take her say what she's saying. You're doing your job and doing my job, and you're not doing your job. You just have to shift. If you don't want video.
That is sort of resistance.
Sometimes you say moments a word, but no, this calls for great concern because first...
Voter education is now in the question. Also, the electorate's education is being in the question. Also, for INEC officials, that brings to question what they should do, how they can accommodate people, especially the media who is covering this on a day like this.
Yeah, this is sort of a resistance that you get when you're in the field, when people are not comfortable with what they are doing. They really do not want you to feel
comfortable with what they're doing.
Because I guess the kind of pressure on that INEC ad hoc official is the fact that it's not going well. She said we had not even started. So